So what I want to cover right now is how to use the story selling section of the tool. So you come over here, there's initial outreach, broadcast, copy, coach, story selling. There might be more than that now. And I just put this in here so you didn't have to type or watch me type it. This took me about 14 seconds to write out. So you do have to select a company and a product for this section of the tool. And the reason for that is because this is based on sort of the correlation email style of emails that I teach in the 80/20 course. It's based on the storytelling type of emails that I write. And the idea is that you write a story that may seemingly have nothing to do even with what it is that you're talking about or selling, and then it transitions smoothly into selling that thing. And that's why you have to have a product for this, because the tool needs to know how to relate, or at least to relate what the story is to an actual thing that you're selling. So I just put, write me a story about how I got stuck in traffic on my way to play soccer, and it made me realize that people have to drive through traffic twice a day to work a job they hate, then relate that story to why people should learn to make money online and work for themselves instead. So I'm intentionally keeping this a short 3-sentence thing. I don't want to give this some awesome prompt and then you go, oh, what was the prompt? Let's just show you really simply with just a few sentences what this turns out for us. And you can literally come in here and just say, instead of saying, write a story about this and relate it to this, you could literally just go, write me a story about why eating bananas, or about how I slipped on a banana peel. So we could even try that after this. So it can be that simple. It can be, I stubbed my toe this morning getting out of bed, and literally just put that in there and see what happens. So imagine this, you're inching forward in your car, surrounded by honks and exhausts just trying to get to your soccer game. That's where I found myself, trapped in the kind of traffic jam that makes you feel like the world's standing still, except your stress levels, they're racing a marathon. I glanced at the drivers around me, everyone's expressions mirrored mine, bored, a little frazzled, and impatiently watching the clock. It hit me like a wayward soccer ball. These folks do this twice daily, to and from jobs. Some of them hate, shackled by routine and red lights. It's madness, isn't it? Spending hours of your day just waiting to live. What if there was a way to take the back roads in life to avoid this bumper-to-bumper existence? That's when the light bulb didn't just switch on, it exploded. Making money online, working for ourselves, means we're no longer a part of this congested highway to nowhere. Imagine trading rush hour traffic for your favorite coffee shop at the comfort of your couch, all while your inbox becomes your income source. That's a good line right there. This is not wishful thinking. It's what I carved out for myself with emails. A skill as simple as writing a message to a friend can unlock this freedom, and I've jotted down the map to help you get there. 90 Days to Freedom isn't just a course, it's your traffic detour to a life where you call the shots. You'll learn to nail down the skill of email copywriting just like I did when I was 23, turning my inbox into a treasure chest. From $0 to $5,000 a month, even up to $10,000 plus, without the dread of a daily commute or a boss peering over your shoulder. It's clear-cut, potent, and caters to you, whether you're seeking a complete career overhaul or a side hustle that could replace your 9 to 5. And the best part, you just need to write as well as a third grader. Seriously, no diplomas or fancy degrees here. Don't let your life be controlled by traffic lights. It's time to steer into the fast lane of personal freedom and financial independence. Grab your spot in 90 Days to Freedom and let's kick off your journey away from the daily gridlock. Ready to become the boss of your own time and income? Click here to say goodbye to traffic jams forever. So there's little pieces here that I would change for my own email just to get the voice a little more dialed in as far as like certain words I wouldn't use. But honestly, this is really solid. And you can see how it took what I said and then wrote the whole thing for me and then related it back to the product. So let's try it one more time with just a pure story with no, and just in case you want to see, this is me selecting one of these courses. That way that way the AI knows, what it's selling. So let's try this one with the Money Morning 7-Day Challenge. I stubbed my toe getting out of bed this morning, and it almost ruined my entire day. That's a ridiculous concept, but let's try it. Let's try one sentence. That's what I want to do here, is just show you guys how little you can give it and see what it churns out for you. Now again, typically the better the prompt, the better the outcome, but it's fun to just give it a little bit of something and see what happens rather than forcing, a really good prompt out or something like that. So let's see what it comes up with here. I haven't stubbed my toe in so long. I feel like me saying this is going to cause it or something. It's such a horrible thing, stubbing your toe. I don't know when I stopped. I feel like, I don't know, there was a certain age and I stopped doing it. Maybe I'm just better at walking. But let's see. Ouch, my brutal morning lesson. You know what's funny is what this just made me think of, and this is one of the biggest benefits to this tool in general, is does it give you an idea that you may not have had otherwise? And what this just gave me an idea about was the Office episode where Michael Scott burns his foot on the George Foreman grill, and now I'm like, oh, this is an awesome email. Now I could write about, waking up first thing in the morning, stepping onto a grill and burning your foot, and how that could ruin your whole day. But as long as you have the Monday morning challenge or something like that. So imagine your day starting with a toe stubbing jolt. Yep, that was me leaping out of bed, and wham, pain shot through my foot like lightning. For a second, everything went foggy, and boy did it sting. I limped around, the throbbing a constant reminder of my clumsy start. Normally something like this would throw my whole day off. I'd be grumpy, snappy, and let's face it, not the most pleasant guy to be around. But then, as I was fuming over my pulsing toe, a little thought bubbled up. This tiny misstep, literally, doesn't have to dictate the tune of my day. It was just a moment, a fleeting blip in the grand scheme of things. That's when it clicked for me. How many times do we stumble, figuratively or literally, and let it color our entire day? How often does one small setback knock us off course? Too often, if you ask me. So I decided to change the narrative. I shook it off, smiled at the silliness of it all, and focused on what really mattered. My goals for the day. My mission to keep moving forward, money, earnest, stubbornness, and all. This may seem like a tiny thing, but what I realized was life-changing. Every morning we have a choice. We can let the stub toes of life derail us, or we can take control and decide we're going to make the day awesome anyway. And guess what? That choice, that's where the magic happens. That's where habits kick in. Which brings me to something I'm really stoked about, the Money Morning 7-Day Challenge. For just $7, you'll be part of a tribe jumping into a week of transforming mornings from chaos into cash-generating clarity. Imagine this. You wake up and instead of wondering what you should do, you know exactly what's going to make you money. That's what I figured out when I conquered the 3 types of money, and now I want to share that secret with you. Your mornings will become a powerhouse of productivity and profitability, all before breakfast. The Money Morning 7-Day Challenge will give you the tools not just to get through your mornings, but dominate them. And instead of getting little stumbles that dictate your life, you'll be one step, a pain-free one, ahead of crushing your goals and making the kind of money you deserve. Stub that toe, who cares? You've got bigger things to conquer. Take the 7-Day Challenge and own your mornings now. Here's to mornings that make money, not excuses. Ian, Mastering Morning Stanley. Honestly, this one's really solid. I like the little bits of... Sometimes the puns can be over the top. This one feels very relevant. There's a few little jokes just about stubbing your toe. So I really like this. This is a great one. I would probably change the subject line to something like, and this is what we can actually do here, by the way, is... just copy this one and then create subject lines, and it's going to say which email do you want to generate subject lines for, and then it'll generate 20 for you. So otherwise, just rewrite your own. Probably something like I stubbed my toe. Literally that alone is a good subject line, just because it's an intriguing thing that doesn't happen often. But so you can do that. You can regenerate it with feedback. You can regenerate the whole email and see what happens. So stub toe or cash flow. Morning mishap into profits, turned toe pain into gain, woke up richer today, you're in money. I hate the, we got to fix some of these exclamation points, because I'm just not a big fan of exclamation points, but the $7 morning fix, money talks, toe walks. I like this one, stub toe or cash flow. Every morning you have a choice. You stub your toe, you can go into cash flow, whatever. So there you have it. Literally, it can be one sentence. It can be 5 sentences about a thing that happened to you, and just throw it in here. And you don't have to do what I did in that first example where I'm like, tell this story and then relate it to this. Literally just write the story piece in there, let it do the work for you. So hopefully that was helpful. I really love this story selling one. What you can do too for an added little benefit is you can take this and then just go over to the Copy Coach and then copy and paste it in and get your feedback, and just let it come up with some other stuff as well, and see kind of what happens, and let that, basically you can take that story selling email, then put it in the Copy Coach and get something even better, or just a new idea, a new hook, or a new subject line or something like that. This will probably be, my guess is this will be a B, is my guess for the grade, because I think it's actually quite solid, and I'm still yet even myself to get an A. That may change in the future. B+, that's big. So make every morning awesome. Don't let that ever study day. That was me. My foot hurt so much like I stepped on a Lego. That's a great line even itself, just to add in that little Lego piece. And so just for time's sake, I'm not going to go through all this, but there you go. There's another way to make this even better.